Just about 9 miles from downtown Manhattan as EA Sports brings you to MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. A few moments ago, the crowd here was on their feet as their beloved Jets made their way out of the tunnel. They're ready to go. We're ready to go, and it should be a good one as those New York Jets get set to face off with the San Francisco 49ers. Gold now out to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Check, check, watch 54, watch 54. Lady. Red lady. Showing up.
Now a carry for the former Michigan State man, Le'Veon Bell. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Second and 6, just inside the 30. The give is to Bell. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
Here goes Hunt. Mike, 56, right there, 56. Red lady, bring it. Hey, orbit. 56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike. Strip the ball.
Now it's Darnold. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Credit the sack to the Oregon Duck, DeForest Buckner. And they weren't in zone coverage, they were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
12 yards on the return that time. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he gets this one down to the 24. A big play there for the Niners. 51 yards on the ground. Well, welcome to the party. First carry of the game. How about that?
And just think, as far as he's concerned, he's just getting warmed up.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Right back to Coleman here on first down. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23. Give him maybe a yard. Quite the opposite from the previous big gainer.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On second down now, it's Coleman. 11 yards there, first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Here we go. Wait, 80! Watch the slip. 21. Here we go. 54. Mike 50. Hey, Alpha. I got him. Hey, one set. Check Mike 54.
Garoppolo now, first down throw. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll be a second down.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. That's track. Say. 65.
Garoppolo looks to throw. Eluding the pressure right. That's complete right around the 8. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
21.
Throwing is Garoppolo on third down. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. From 8 yards out, and the Niners have taken the early lead. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Fielded about a yard deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys are a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3
and
and
out. And now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'm trying to do better here.
Wahoo! 56, right there, 56.
Darnold on first down. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Williams. He couldn't hook up with a Nunwa that time. Not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school, he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
To throw, it's Garoppolo. Coleman has it here right side. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Taking it in from 11 yards out. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point. And that'll make the score 14-0. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
And New York set to take the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. The pass rush specialist, D. Ford, in on the stop.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Mike 54. Mike 54.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Darnold. And his throw is incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made.
Fresno. Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up. Ready? 56 to Mike, boys.
3rd and long, it's Darnold. And the Niners get there and bring him down. DeForest Buckner with a sack, the former number 7 overall pick.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Here we go.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
54. All day. Shift. Watch the shift. 12. Good catch. 12, fellas. Here we go.
Now Garoppolo. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Ja'Kai Polite came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
3rd and 13.
That last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long.
50 seconds to Mike. Hey, gun. 50 seconds. Mike, 50 seconds.
On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. Able to haul it in is Kittle. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 18 yards and a 1st down.
First down.
Here we go.
Garoppolo in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. Throw right side taken in by Pettis. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly.
Here we go. Black 80! Got double tight. Hey, 4 down. 21. 11. 65.
Garoppolo to throw on 2nd down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively.
21.
I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
Tighten up. Lock.
And yet again, it's Garoppolo. And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. Jamal Adams Williams on the safety blitz. Too fast to handle.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. New York set to take the field. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying to...
Now Bell hit. He lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. So they've got the football, and they'll start right on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. They were forced to punt last time. I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. They want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 18-yard line.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
6. 11.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Blowing that play up was Henry Anderson. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Pressure coming off that right side from the DM.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well. And that's why you rely on your left tackle, maybe your highest-paid offensive lineman, to take care of you. In this situation, that didn't happen.
Well, that last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long.
White. 13.
From the gun on 3rd, Garoppolo. Escaping, and the pressure gets to him again. Jordan Jenkins, he's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down. So Garoppolo off. Coming on is the veteran Robbie Gould for the 49er field goal. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
New York set to take the field. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
Well, no, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report. A first down throw, Darnold. And down he goes. The 49ers get there.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. But he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
After the sack on first down, Darnold is brought in by Jamison Crowder. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 27 yards there, a first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10.
Check curls, check curls, check.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. He's got Anderson right side. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic, and people wanting to put a little contact.
And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Darnold and the Jets come up 3rd and long following the sack. Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold airing one out for Crowder, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward, and he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Final 24 seconds of the first half as they come up here 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
At the 26-yard line.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go. I got you. 12, fellas. Here we go. Mike 54. Mike 54. Let's go, D.
Garoppolo, flush to his right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37.
Intercepted. The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 37-yard line.
Good starting position for the Jets as they come up 1st and 10.
QB's traps. Let's go. He's coming.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And how about that for just running out the clock? Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
56 right there. 56. Red 80. You don't want none. Red 80. Under. Hey, Delta. It's that. 56 is my touch.
And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. Chandler Catanzaro now. He hit from 59 a season ago. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the 3rd quarter. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half.
Keep playing. Here we go.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Watch the end. White. Six.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Deep ball for Goodwin. And that's caught inside the Touchdown, 49ers. Marquise Goodwin, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the 49ers add on to their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Mike, 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
They'll start out on the ground with Bell. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On second down, it's Bell, and he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They'll try and run for it with Bell. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Not at all what they envisioned on third down, 3 yards in the wrong direction. Now Edwards to kick as he sends it away. Oh, what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
Here we go. 180. Let's go. 2 times.
And the drive starts with a handoff to Coleman. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida, and able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Here we go. 180. Hey, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Get hot.
Now the Georgia Southern man, this is Jerick McKinnon, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the 15-yard line.
Here we go. 120. 54. Mike, 54. Hey, let's get that ball here. Let's get that. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check.
Play fake there to Coleman. Now Garoppolo. He's going to float this one. Deep rights. He's got a man. Complete. The 20. 10. Touchdown. 49ers. Dante Pettis. 85 yards. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. Look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
At their own 25-yard line.
Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll try and get the running game going with Bell. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
From the 27, Darnold, open man left side. That's the tight end, Herndon.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And it's caught by Herndon. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That goes for a gain of 31.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Pick it up. Check, go back. We got motion. Back up.
The shotgun snap for Darnold. On the catch, it's Crowder. And he's taken down inside the 30. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Pick it up, defense. Hey, Zoo.
On 1st down, Darnold. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Credit the sack to Fred Warner.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
A gain there of 21 yards.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Now a 1st down carry by Bell. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. K'Waun Williams, the one that got him down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 2nd down, it's Bell. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Jets are able to close the gap just a bit. Here's Chandler Catanzaro for the extra point. And he puts this one through. It makes our score 31-10. Now Catanzaro after the touchdown to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now McKinnon to start the drive. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Hey, gun. Hey, check Mike 57. Here we go, D. All day, defense. 12.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Over the middle, he finds Pettis complete. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Michael, as this game continues to evolve in the NFL, you know how much coaches love run after catch, but you know what they love even more? Completion.
Yeah, just holding on to the ball.
Catch it, cover it, tuck it away. Whatever you get after that is almost gravy. That's how a lot of these receivers are being taught now.
I got you. 57's Mike. Mike 57. Crunch time, defense. 21. 50.
Throwing his Garoppolo on third down. And that is incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Call that one an even 60 yards, 6-0. And the Jets offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. Darnold going to lead the Jets up now 1st and 10 at their own 13. They'll run on 1st down. Bell. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
They'll go again with Bell. 27 yards there, a 1st down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Outside. 56, Mike, 56. Watch the curl, watch the cassette.
On 1st down, it's Bell. Again, he finds an opening. 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Le'Veon Bell. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Jets are able to cut into this deficit. Extra point good by Catanzaro. And the lead will be cut down to 14. Now Catanzaro after the touchdown to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 22.
Under 10.
They'll start out on the ground with Coleman. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
Coleman. And an alley to run. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield. Well, at this stage, that's exactly what you want offensively. Good run on 1st down, stay in bounds, keep that clock rolling.
And look at that play chart that the play caller has in his hands right now. That's what you got to focus in on, because that's divided up by sections. And right now, he's looking at that 4-minute offense section. What running plays do we have to bleed down the clock and take care of the football? Right now, they're executing really well.
Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2.
Here we go. 180! Here we go, let's bring it! Let's go, let's bring it! Let's bring it!
They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away.
Jets take over first and 10
Bring it up.
at their own 20-yard line.
Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, first and 10 at their own 20-yard line. A give to Bell, and an alley to run. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Darnold off the play fake to Bell. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Griffin. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
56. Check 56.
They'll try the right side with Bell. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 19 yards the pickup there. Move the chains. It's been an excellent day for him running the football, no doubt, as he continues to soar well past 100 yards.
Yeah, it almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work in the office, doesn't it?
And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
From just shy of midfield, Darnold. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
The Jets on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Now Darnold. And a diving grab. I think he got that, yes. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. They'll go back to the ground with Bell. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. The Jets on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. They'll give this to Bell running right. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
54 Mike. Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Here we go. Here we go.
One last throw now for Darnold. And he's got a noon one. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.